Paves, obviously 3 weeks now since we last played. A good win at Ampthill to cement a good end to the year. The coaches and players must be raring to go again after a tough block.
Yeah, I know, having a bit of a break can throw you out your stride a little bit, but we did need a bit of time off physically. We've come back in this week, we've ramped things up, the guys are ready, we want to get up there and we want to get into a good game.
Did that break come at a wrong time potentially for us in terms of momentum? Because we built that up. I suppose it's up to us to show that the answer is no on Saturday.
Yeah, look, I mean, the break came, we thought it was at the right time. We had a few bodies that needed a bit of a rest. Bloody hell, if we had a crystal ball, we'd have just kept going. But that said, we did plan to have this break and we did plan to ramp things up this week. So we just want to get back into the flow and get back into the winning way.
Team news and lots to get through. The headline, of course, is the return of Alex Everett to the starting lineup and another senior player in terms of Joe Elderkin onto the bench. Ollie Andrews also returns from injury. We'll talk about some of the new faces shortly, but you must be pleased to have those lads back in particular.
No, definitely. We've gone a long time without Al, and just to reintegrate him back in. Obviously, Ollie, unfortunately, had that issue with his hand, and now he's back, and it's just great to see the squad again fill back up. I know this week's been a bit tricky, we'll probably talk about that, but for us, getting guys back on the field, getting them play rugby, that's what they're here for. They want to get stuck in, and it's always great to see also the leadership come back in play.
You spoke about a little bit of a tricky week there. We've seen Alfie Petch, Lewis Pearson, Martin Maloney, Billy Keese return to parent clubs. That's the nature of the beast, but does leave us thin on the ground in some areas. Some other reinforcements arriving though in the shape of Finton Coleman, Alfie Bell and Chris Mills, who's been with us a little while already.
Yeah, it's just the nature of, I think, the championship now. You've got to expect that players will get pulled back to their parent club, So for us, we have this great relationship with Exeter, but at some point they will go back, as their squad will change around, ours will change around. But what acerbates that is when you get the injuries. What we have done, and it has been very time consuming, is being able to pull in good quality young men in the last minutes, and they've been able to come here and get in straight away. And that's massive, because every team will have their challenges, and it's how quickly you can fill those slots and get on with the job.
On to Hartpury then, again, team it feels like we've played a lot against recently, hopefully better weather conditions than November, and we get to play on the main pitch this time. A settled team, and they're tough to beat as well. Yeah,
very tough to beat. Well coached. They've got a good team there. They've got some very good individuals. I think we'll be evenly matched, and it'll come down, as I always say, down to the small margins. They give us a bit of a lesson second half last time we were up there in bloody torrential rain. There's nothing that is a given. We're desperate for another win. They're obviously desperate. They're at home. As I say, we're evenly matched, and it'll come down to the small margins.